Boom. And we're back. Episode 62, and I'm here with Sheldon Fogel.
How are you?
I'm good, man. We're riding off into the sunset, just the two of us, kind of like the end of an old Western movie, because
We're just sitting there bloody, smoking a cigarette.
exactly, a little haggard. Guests have canceled, and co-hosts are at work, so it's just us. And Sheldon was just telling me about how it took 4 hours for him to get his Endgame tickets, Avengers. Now, why did it take 4 hours?
Bro. So, congratulations to them for breaking the record for most pre-sold tickets
Is that true?
ever.
Is this going to be the last Avengers movie?
Maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe just the last one with this cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, AMC was on shutdown from like 9 a.m. to like 2, 3.
It's that serious.
It was that serious. Like, I couldn't get the tickets at all. And then I went on to
You think this is going to be bigger than the Titanic?
well, so the number one selling movie of all time is still Avatar.
I thought Titanic and then Avatar.
1 and
Okay.
2, James Cameron. It's crazy.
Avatar still to this day.
Yeah.
And it's 2019.
Yeah.
Well, the movie came out in like 2011, right?
2009, 10 years.
What?
But think about this. That came out 2009. Titanic came out in 97 and held that down to 2009.
That's true.
That's a long time.
There's nothing more classic than that movie. Though.
Right. That's a timeless. Number 3 was Infinity War.
Makes sense.
But I actually thought Infinity War would have been 2 or 1 because it was the beginning of the end. But this is like the quote-unquote end. So I was trying to get a
Kind of
ticket.
like how Kingdom Hearts 3 is the quote-unquote end.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get a ticket, and it just, dude, I was like geeking out because I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be able to see this till like Monday. And I have
Yeah.
a buddy of mine. He's like, yo, like, good thing I had off from work today because I went to the theater and actually bought my ticket.
Oh, so he got that edge.
Where he had that edge. People who are smart enough had that edge. So I went on through Adam, this like website, the movie website,
Yeah.
and I was able to get the tickets through there.
Yes.
So I bought them through there, and I wasn't able to use my A-list membership, so I had to pay in full price for 2 tickets, which was like $50. So then,
Not that bad, but
not that bad. But
kinda
then,
expensive,
but
yeah.
check this out. So then, once AMC went back up, canceled my tickets on Adam, scratched that $50, got my tickets through AMC like I wanted to, paid $18
Hey, for 2?
for 2
Turn
because
up,
one
dude.
ticket's free and the other
Hey.
one is full price,
Wow, man. Meanwhile, people out here spending $100 to take their family.
bro. And the official runtime came out 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Here's where I have to make my confession.
Mm-hmm.
I've read the comics
Right.
a long time ago.
You know how it ends.
I haven't seen any of the Avenger movies.
None of them.
No. So I'm going to watch all 3. There's 3 now, right? Or 4.
There's Avengers, Age of Ultron,
That's the sequel.
Infinity War, and this last one.
Hold on. Avengers Age of Ultron is the sequel to like the original Avengers, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's the Avengers,
Uh-huh.
Avengers Age of Ultron,
Uh-huh.
this other one which is
Infinity War,
and then Endgame. So there's
Endgame.
4 movies.
4 movies.
So my idea is I'm going to watch all 4 back to back to back to get the full experience.
Smart man.
That's how I'm going to do it.
But it took forever, and I also had to buy my tickets for
Goodness gracious.
Pet Cemetery. How unprofessional. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry.
No, I had to buy my ticket for Pet Cemetery as well,
Mhm.
and I couldn't all day because of Avengers.
Hold up. I didn't even know you were a fan of that.
I love horror movies.
Really?
Horror movies is like one of my favorite. It's like a
I didn't know that
guilty
about you.
pleasure. Was that guilty pleasure? I don't. It's not even a guilty pleasure. I just love horror movies.
Before we talk about that experience, what's your favorite horror movie of all time?
All right, so we're gonna have to break this down. Are we talking ghost? Are we talking monster?
What you find to be most effectively scary? Something that you're like, all right, that's scary. Like I'll give it.
So my criticism or critique of horror movies, it's not something that's scary. It's like, how can you change something that's been done 100 times?
Okay.
We've seen all the Jasons, the Freddys. What can you do in this current time, modern, that is going to be different from the last 11 of them?
Are you gonna say
That's what-
Mother?
Mother?
Mm-hmm.
What, the Jennifer Lawrence movie?
Yeah.
I saw that a couple years ago.
Was that scary though?
No, but here's the thing: there are things that happen in it that are unsettling.
Right.
If a movie makes you unsettled for start to finish, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a good horror movie.
Good horror movie.
That's a good horror movie. And it doesn't even have to be classified as horror. Get Out. Get Out. They called it a horror movie. I didn't think it was scary, but did it make me feel unsettled from start to end? 100%.
I heard in order for that movie to win an award,
Mhm.
it had to classify itself as horror
Probably.
because there was no thriller category for the award that it won.
And even though it had, so there's criterias for, to win an award. So it's like to be nominated for a Grammy, your album has to be more than 7 songs and over 22 minutes in length. Okay, so you do that. So for a movie, how much comedic relief is in a movie? Does it classify as a tragedy comedy? Or is it a dramedy? How much drama versus comedy is in the movie? Same thing with like thriller. There's no thriller, so thriller has to go into suspense. How much suspense is in the movie? Suspense correlates to horror. How much does something make you feel unsettled?
Interesting.
Right? But I don't even think they have a best horror category.
I think they do. What I was saying is I don't think they had a thriller one. I don't know about awards, man, but that's what I was hearing today at work from my producer. She was just like, yeah, like they had to call that a horror movie so that they could win an award or something. Jordan Peele could get this like accolade.
Well, he got the accolade he got was like best original screenplay, which is crazy because it was his first one.
Yeah.
So like and he's probably gonna get another one for this one.
Well, dude, he's doing Twilight Zone, which is huge.
The first episode came out, didn't it?
I think so. I think it premiered
yesterday, right?
Yesterday or tonight. It's on.
And it had
CBS.
It had the Indian comic. I can't remember his name. Comedian. I can't
Not
remember
Aziz Ansari.
Not Aziz.
Russell Peters.
No, he's on Silicon Valley.
I don't know.
Kamar.
I don't watch that
Kamari. I can't remember his name.
Apparently that show's pretty popular.
I think he was on the first episode from a picture I saw, but I don't know if it was like a clickbait picture or something I just browsed through when I was at work.
Yeah, but it's crazy how he's bringing that back on TV. And then Seth MacFarlane said that his dream was to bring back Star Trek for like a modern audience.
Yeah, I think Star Trek's coming back.
Yeah, it is.
And I know Disney Star Wars has a live action show coming out later this year.
Wow.
It's going to be on Disney Plus, their streaming service.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I wonder what the budget for that's going to be.
If
they put the money behind it, dude, that could be good.
There's too much to watch and too much to do.
It's too much subscriptions. Everything's going subscription.
It's all subscription based, and it's
which is funny because people are like, "Oh, if I cut cable, then I'm saving money." No, yes and no, because if you cut cable, okay, you're saving that $90. But if you have 10 subscriptions that you're paying $5 to $15 a month, you're paying more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
There should be like subscription combo deals.
Well, that's why Spotify, you get Spotify, Hulu, and there was something else, $5 a month or $10 a month.
What?
All together.
Dog, cable's about to take that.
Right. You can't beat that.
Major L.
But I think my favorite
horror movie. Thank you.
Horror movie. See, this is tough because there's been a couple good ones in the recent years. But okay, so I'll do it.
Have they been getting better before you tell me the
Have they been getting better? What do you mean?
Over time.
Over time?
Yeah.
Horror movies?
Do you think horror movies have been getting scary? Because this is how I feel about horror movies. I know we're really taking the long route to answering your question.
Right.
But I feel like horror movies were more effective in the early days of AAA movies.
When there wasn't many horror movies.
When there just wasn't special effects and like all this crazy stuff in movies. I feel like now audiences are so desensitized, it's harder to scare people.
Right. And that's the thing. Now that things are getting more modernized, you can figure out new tricks.
Okay.
New ways to keep suspense going.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about score now.
Yeah.
You know, if you hear a good score, that's going to rattle you a little bit,
yeah.
Especially suspense. Classic, one of my, I can do 3. I don't know if I can pick one. So out of classics, I got to put Pet Sematary, the original, in there.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I love that movie. I remember seeing it when I was a kid. That was terrifying. One of the Halloweens, probably the original, maybe the second one. And we'll go just to round it out for a classic, Friday the 13th. Really? Not Friday the 13th, sorry. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
First one with Johnny Depp.
Nightmare on Elm Street is Freddy Krueger, right?
Freddy Krueger.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so you're into the
Sorry,
classics.
scratch that. We're going to put Alien in there because Alien was technically a horror movie.
Really?
Sci-fi horror.
Okay. But that movie's like so approachable.
You know what else was considered a horror movie?
What?
Space Odyssey 2001.
Yeah, I don't consider that a horror movie.
They consider it as a horror movie because the uneasiness that HAL 9000 brought. When he was like, I forget what the main character's name was, but he was like, "Yes, Dan, that is correct."
To me, that's like making I Am Legend a horror movie.
Do you think that's a horror movie?
No, man. Like it's
Would you classify
it's a thriller. It's totally an action thriller.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, that's on Netflix as of today, which is pretty crazy.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
The scariest movie I've ever seen,
Mm-hmm.
and people I guess who are really seasoned in horror are probably going to criticize me here. Sinister, dude.
That's a good movie.
That movie messed me up.
That's
man.
a good movie because once again, when you involve children,
Yeah.
It's hard.
But not only that, but just the score. That's what
Right.
made me think when you said that. The score is so scary, man.
Out of the more recent movies, I got to put The Conjuring in there. I'm putting the 2018 one in there, not because it was scary, because it was done so well.
I still haven't seen that.
Dude, it's done really well.
Yeah.
Tells a really good story, and the score and also just the cinematography behind it, it's really good.
Yeah, I've seen scenes from it, and everyone was obviously really impressed by it. It was a smash hit. I just haven't watched it yet.
I know there's another one in there. I'm blanking, but I'm going to put...
Would you consider
Hereditary.
Stranger Things to be horror? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm Legend and Stranger Things are kind of in the same category. Actually, no.
I almost said Hereditary, but I meant The Conjuring. Conjuring 2. That's a good movie.
Everyone thought Hereditary was pretty scary.
It was good until it got bad.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
The last 40 minutes of the movie is pretty bad. See, that's the bad thing with horror movies. They don't know how to end movies.
They don't know how to end. It's
They don't know
so
how
true.
to end them.
I feel like Paranormal Activity kind of did some good endings, man. I feel like your endings have to be like very ambiguous.
It's got to be abrupt. It's got to be ambiguous. Like,
yeah, it's got to be
open-ended.
It's got to feel like the evil thing that you were scared of in the movie is now loose in reality.
Yes.
That's how the ending has to feel.
And that's what Paranormal Activity did.
Yeah, dude.
Then they
oh
just
my
got
gosh. In such a
Then they got
way.
crazy. Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, was the best one.
Was that the Spanish one?
Yes.
I see. That's the one I have not seen.
Dude, that movie's phenomenal. The writing is really good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie's really good because I'm putting them in order in my head. One, obviously, is a classic because we were too young for the Blair Witch Project.
Dude, that movie changed everything, really.
Yeah.
Remember the advertisements for that movie when it first came out? And people were like screaming and running out of the theater and like passing out.
People were checking online to see if Katie and her husband were still alive.
Still alive, yeah.
Or she's
that's
missing.
so crazy.
And then, as good promo, they would make fake websites.
Yeah.
For that, and you could find that fake website that was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But if it wasn't for that movie, we wouldn't have Cloverfield.
Oh, of course not. No.
And I think
this whole mockumentary series.
I think Cloverfield was a really good, close to horror.
Yeah, I don't think it's like one of the greatest movies of all time, but I think it's very unique. I think that like
Would you say it's a staple in cinematography?
In monster movies, think about it. Like what other mockumentary monster movies can you name? Like that was super clever.
Only ones like Paranormal and Blair Witch.
Because that movie was basically Godzilla.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, we've seen so many Godzilla movies. Like, what would it look like from a camcorder? And man, that scene where the Cloverfield monster, like for a split second, like swoops, kind of shows its face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before they slip into the subway. Right. Oh, it was so good, man.
Dude, because the whole movie, you're like, what does it look like?
What does it look like? Yeah.
Because you just kept seeing glimpses of it. Like they kept missing it.
Who did Jaws? Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
He always said that the secret to like any monster movie is like
don't show it
at all.
Don't show it
at all. Like you just leave it up to the imagination as much as you possibly can.
Because then once you see it, then that's your perception of that's not that scary.
Right. You'll always say that. Yeah.
But the thing about Jaws, that works no matter what because we don't know what's in the ocean.
Sea monsters. There was a show that used to be called Surface. I'm not sure if you've ever seen it. It used to be on NBC, man, and it was all about a giant sea monster.
Right.
And I mean, now that you look at it, it's pretty crappy. It was on TV about the same time as Heroes.
Right.
But
that was a great show.
Yeah, that was a great show. That's up there with like
Lost.
Yeah. People who like Heroes like Lost.
What do you think the percentage that we scoured the ocean is? What percentage would you say that we discovered in the ocean?
I don't know, but I'm going to look it up so neither of us are wrong. I'm going to say right now around 30 or 40%.
That we've scoured?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to go like 15 to 20.
How much of the ocean, I'm going to make it really easy, is undiscovered?
75%, 80%? 95.
That's exactly right.
95.
As of the year 2000, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, estimated that as much as 95% of the world's oceans and 99% of the ocean floor are unexplored.
Because it's too much weight. You can't get down there.
Exploring these regions deep below the ocean surface is difficult, time-consuming, and expensive.
Bro, think about it. What if, right? Now, this is where I'm getting like my Bioshock Infinite brain come from.
I'm about to drop a mind on you, too.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
What if, like, the further you went down, you're, like, coming up somewhere else? You know what I mean?
Dang.
And you're on another beach. Like, what if you keep going down, 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 then you see a light down there. And then you go to the light, and now it's like...
and you're like on the shores of like there's like a lighthouse and stuff like in BioShock. Here's my question: what if we
That's
go
nuts.
deep down,
Right.
and what we find is a city that's like so futuristic, but it's been abandoned for years. Like fish are swimming around it, and it's just like we take a piece of metal from that futuristic city and bring it back up for scientists to discover,
Yeah.
and it's millions of years old. So there was a society before us
Right.
that got so technologically advanced, and something happened, and now at the bottom of the ocean.
Bro, that episode in Love, Death, and
and
Robots in the fridge.
Which one?
That theory that
yeah,
they're
yeah,
playing on, because a lot of people believe this theory that it's even happened in Assassin's Creed, like a video game, but that we used to be so advanced, and then the Big Bang happened.
Or the nuclear war is what happened in.
Right. Okay, nuclear war. But you got to remember what happened was, remember in the thing, there was dinosaurs, and then the comet hit, and then it was explosion. Then they built it up, and then nuclear war happened, and then they built a better civilization out of that. What if, like, the Big Bang happened, and then, I don't know, like, we were super futuristic, and then a comet hit, wiped everything, and then, and then it just had to go back up from there.
There are people that really theorize that.
You see that Chance the Rapper doesn't believe that the Earth is 8 billion years old or whatever it is?
B.O.B. believes that the world is flat. He's a flat earther.
I'm not one of those.
I try to be as open-minded as I can on this
I want to
podcast.
see what
That's
they think,
the
though.
rule.
I do want to know how do they perceive and think that.
Dave Chappelle said probably the funniest and smartest thing I ever heard.
Right.
He said, to prove that the Earth is round, all you have to do is get in a plane and fly in the same direction. Just go straight.
And you'll
he's like,
eventually come back to where you
You'll
were.
end up in the same spot.
Yeah.
He's like, it's pretty straightforward. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, if you question gravity, that's on the same plane.
But here's the thing. This is where it gets funny, because you literally can't fly straight because of the Arctic winds that come down and stuff like that. It will delay your travel. It will slow the plane down to the point where it could
You can't fly completely straight. You're
can't
right.
fly completely
But
straight.
you can fly pretty close if
Pretty
you
close.
if you had to. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But you bring up a good point. So that's something a flat earther would say.
Right.
We're like, oh, bro, you can't even go in a straight line. You can't.
You can.
It's just like, well, maybe not, but
You're like, well, fuck you. Earth is round.
You just drop a grenade on the conversation when you can't win.
Yeah, when you can't win, when someone is just being hard-headed like that.
Right. So real quick, I don't want to stop talking about movies yet. We'll
Right.
jump into some deep stuff later, but
Let's get it.
Us, man, what did you think about it?
I
saw it.
Who'd you see it with? Did you see it by yourself?
My
So
friend
your roommate?
Erin, she was actually on this podcast. She's
What's
a
up,
stand-up
Erin? How you
comic that
doing?
we had on. She invited me out. It was very nice of her. We went and we saw it. I think it was like a Saturday or Friday night.
Morning. Mm-hmm.
Packed theater.
Was it
All-
opening weekend?
Yes.
Mm.
All black people.
Yeah.
Some of the funniest commentary I've ever heard in my life.
It always is.
So I had no chance of being scared. But
Right.
the audience was engaged in the movie. And
Yeah.
you know how when you're in an audience where everybody's on the same page?
Yep.
So it was fun, man.
It's a good time.
Oh, it was a great time.
Good time.
It was a great time.
So I saw it. I think I saw it opening night.
Mhm.
It was either Thursday or Friday. Depends on what you consider opening night is. But anyway, so my first initial rating of the movie, I thought it was a very muddy plot.
Mhm.
I thought it was very muddy. And I was like, dude, this movie's not that good. And then...
At what point were you saying that?
Okay, so...
At the carnival point? Like at the very beginning of this movie?
No,
Or
no,
like,
no.
Oh, man.
So the theater I saw it, obviously saw it in Bensalem, so...
Chamonix 24?
Chamonix 24.
Shout out Chamonix 24.
So the demographics catering more towards the white side,
Yeah.
obviously, in the Chamonix. So,
Weekend?
yeah, weekday, maybe. I
Packed
can't...
theater?
Close.
Okay.
It was close. I just can't remember what day we saw it on. It was definitely like day 1 or day 2 was out.
Yeah.
So, certain things that happened in the movie, and like, people honestly weren't laughing at the movie, they were laughing at the movie.
Okay, so that was happening sometimes too.
And when that happens, if everyone's not on the same page, it takes you out.
Yeah.
It'll break your attention for a moment. So when I first saw the movie,
You think people were laughing because they were uncomfortable? Because I kind of got
no,
that,
because the part when the bad dad, spoilers, the bad dad first
No,
speaks.
by the way, this is going to be full of spoilers
Yeah.
for whoever watches this.
So if you didn't see Us, You have 3, 2,
Two,
1. So when the bad dad,
Yes.
we'll call him the below.
He's technically the tether dad.
We'll call him tether dad. All right, that's the easiest way to say it. When he was first like, yeah, like that
like,
primal
"Rah!"
scream that he was
Making those
doing,
noises. Everyone laughed.
burst.
It was the same thing in my theater
Burst.
too, yeah.
And like, and you know how I am with movies. I'm like, I lock in.
Yeah.
Everyone's laughing, and then you hear from distant,
Yeah.
like, and people are just cracking, and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
I was like, damn, dude, this is. I was like, okay, I can get through this. So when, and also, here's another thing with just trailers in general, man. Especially in America, I noticed this in a lot of trailers in America. Bro, they've revealed too much.
So much. They basically tell the story, but really short.
Right. So in the trailer, I'll never forget, you saw the girl in the funhouse, and she gets choked out by the other girl. You see that in the trailer, in the first and second trailer. So the whole movie, I'm like,
When's the choke scene going to come?
The whole time I'm thinking, when's this choke scene going to come? I bet they switched.
You were thinking that the whole time?
Whole time, because when they first showed it, and she was like, and then the movie cut to the present day, I was like, okay. And then when she was freaking out and stuff like that, and she said, when I was a little girl, and then when she said she couldn't speak for a while, I was like, okay, maybe she got scared straight. And then when they showed the girl again, and then they cut it again, I'm like, these motherfuckers, man, they're going to do the bait and snatch.
Bait and switch.
Bait and switch. And I'm like, dude, this is how it's going to end. It's going to be in my head, I was like, they're going to reveal that they switch places.
You figured out the movie?
So, but I didn't, I had it in the back of my head, but
you didn't say it out loud.
I didn't want to say it out loud. So the movie's going on, and then when the mom, first of all, the twins part, that was dope. That was a good scene because I didn't see that coming. That actually caught me by surprise.
Are you talking about the scene?
2 white girls.
Oh yeah, dude. The theater was like, whoa! Like,
because I was like, when are they? I was like, when are they coming?
They're gonna kill them.
They're gonna come.
That was the big.
And then you saw the girl, slink, and she was like, what? And then slink, and I was like, oh. And then the mom and dad came out, ding ding, and I was like, okay, we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, that part actually kind of
because when you see something traumatic like that, and there's a happy song playing in the background, good formula. And the song you heard, they were playing. I forget what song they were playing.
They're playing "F the Police."
Yeah,
hilarious.
They're playing "F the Police," and it just kept going, F the police.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like getting into it. I'm like, all right, so the family's gonna come. The dad in the movie, he was so whiny.
They made him like out to be a bumbling idiot,
which I get because he's such an imposing figure. He's like 6'4". He's a big man.
I don't mean to get on my soapbox. The way I saw it, and I don't have a problem with this per se, but it's like the kind of SJWE, like, oh, men are stupid, like women are super strong. And it's cool. Like, you can make a movie like that. I don't care. I've just seen it a bunch of times. Or maybe that wasn't the thing. Maybe he just genuinely is dumb. But I feel like
like the part in the water. I'm like, bro, like,
yeah.
I was like, either kill him off or like, let him get this guy
remember
going.
He headbutted the engine to get it going. He was like, "Badoom!" I was like,
yeah, and that's like a classic trope of like, the dumb guy actually using his head, to thwart.
He
the bad
got a
guy.
lot of abuse in this movie, and I don't know, man. He was honestly
he got beat up a lot.
Yeah, he got beat up a lot.
He got beat up a lot.
And there's even a scene where like they're in the car and the tether boy with the mask is blocking the car, and there's a SUV on fire behind him. And he actually says, he goes,
bro, that doesn't make sense.
He goes,
that part.
He goes, let your mother come out. She knows how to deal with this. I'm like, bro, if my wife was going to fight, the first thing I'm doing is squaring up first. I'm not going to.
But you remember his ankle was smashed or something?
So that's one problem I had. They never made that clear. Like, could he walk or couldn't he? Because I thought the whole premise with when he was sitting on the couch and the 4 members of the Tether family came in there antagonizing them, that he couldn't walk. That's why he gets dragged out. But then he can walk, and then he like kind of hops walks. So I don't know.
Well, we're assuming that time passed because it was hours. It went from day, night to day.
Yeah.
So it was a long night.
Yeah.
The tethered daughter, she was dope.
She was scary.
That cat and mouse.
Her face is horrifying.
Yeah, that cat and mouse she was playing, I like that.
Yeah, that part of the movie was really good.
Because the girl was running for her life, and then, and then she was like, I don't know, because she. Okay, so I'm not gonna harp on her. That was a good character.
Great character.
The boy was annoying.
I like the boy because of this. And I didn't figure this out until I talked to my roommate. So there's a scene in the movie where the
Okay.
boy and the tether boy are in the closet.
Right.
And they're doing that thing.
Yeah, with the lighter.
So what's happening is they're getting each other in sync. Well, he's getting the tether in sync. He doesn't even know that. But like by
Right.
doing that, he's syncing up his actions. So later on in the movie, when he backs up, the tether boy backs up and he catches on fire.
But that part was so dumb.
Now, but here's the question. It's actually a pretty ironic death because I asked my roommate, I said, dude, the one thing I don't understand about that scene when they're in the closet is what is the big deal with his face being burned and why is the reveal so important?
Yeah.
And my roommate, who's pretty good at figuring out movies, a lot better than I am, he was like, dude, he was doing that lighter thing like for a long time. Like before the tether boy showed up, he was doing the lighter thing.
Right.
And the tether boy was copying his
also
actions.
because they were copying actions down below.
So he burned his face off in the laboratory in the research facility
Right.
by copying him, and he didn't put it out or anything like that because
Right.
they're like not mentally functioning or whatever.
Right.
So he burned his face because the tether boy burned his face off because of the real boy's actions. That's why it's even more ironic that he dies in the fire because he synced up.
I get that, but like the sync, it was just like
It was
felt
out of
cheap.
nowhere. It was out of nowhere. Yeah,
there wasn't. All right, so the movie doesn't do a great job of like
explaining
rules
of the world and what is going on.
Things just happen, and you just gotta take it like that. Things happen.
But that's the one problem I have. See, like I enjoyed it. I thought it was
Right.
fun, but it's just like, okay, so does that mean that everybody that walks into the carnival has a copy made of them? How is the copy made? Is there just a big machine? Are there
Right.
scanners out there that scan you? Like, what is the science behind
Right?
what's
They never
happening?
said how. All we know is that which was a thing in the real world, that the government was cloning bunnies.
Yeah.
So all we know is that they were cloning bunnies, but how are they able to? See, and this is where they say the government has everyone's DNA, so they're able to just clone you. I get that theory, so I get that they did that in the movie, but it's like, you mean to tell me that they had? But see, and
it
then
felt very Kingdom Heartsy almost. Like
almost,
everyone had
but
like a
I was about to
nobody.
say something, but they disprove it because the opening text in the movie says there are hundreds of underground tunnels in America that have been undiscovered.
Mhm.
So that disproves what I was going to say is, well, they just copy everyone. But yes, they could copy everyone because they had all these different tunnels.
Yeah.
And they were eating the raw rabbits. There's two things that didn't make sense to me. So, okay, we get that the girl switched. Because my buddy said, well, how was she able to switch?
And by girl, I just want to clarify because some people may have a hard time following this. You
Right.
mean the main
We're jumping.
protagonist?
The main
of movie.
character, Lupita Nyong'o.
Thank you. You remember her name. She's
The
beautiful,
mother.
by the way. I was like, wow.
Beautiful
She
woman.
did a great job.
Beautiful woman. Hold on, we're actually going to backtrack. So I knew another reason I had a feeling she was tethered when she killed the twin girl, stabbed her, then she was like snarling. And
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
got all crazy.
and Natalia's like, oh, they're bringing out the worst in her. And I was like, I don't think that's going on. I feel like she's regressing.
Yeah, I wrote it off as like when people kill other people. there's, like, this
Animalistic.
primal thing
Primal.
that happens to them. But
Right.
then I was like, this is getting a little weird.
Right. And then when she knew the way to get to the laboratory, I'm like, she's been here.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then once you realize that she was the girl, so essentially both Lupita Nyong'os, they're bad people.
Oh,
Because you had the
they're
one
terrible.
who was the dweller, the tethered, kidnaps the real one, sends her below, and lives her life.
Mm.
And then you have the real one wants revenge, and she wants to kill all of the upper people.
Right.
So there was no good guy in the story, which I appreciate.
I like that. Yeah.
But the motive of the tethered is to show that oppressed people, I'm not going to say oppressed people, but show that oppressed people can do what people who have things like opportunities
yeah,
better than them.
I didn't get it either. I'm sure people who are listening to this are like screaming like, dude, you have to look up this, you have to look up that, you have to look up the Bible verse, and it's just like, yeah, I get that. But like, I shouldn't have to. Like,
You shouldn't have to.
So like, there's a scene where they're all holding hands, like the Hold Hands Across America.
Hands
and the
Across
Holding Hands
America.
Day. So like, I'd want to know exactly what's being said by that. Like, I understand that it's.
So it was an event to show unity.
Mhm.
That happened at I'm pretty sure it was a real event too.
Yeah.
Like that was a real commercial that they used in the movie.
Right, and that's the paraphernalia that they had in the underground laboratory. So
Right.
that's all they
That's
had
where
to
she
go
got the
off of.
idea
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
So okay, but okay, so you're holding hands across America.
What next? Yeah.
What's the
What does
what's
it
the
mean?
point?
Yeah.
What's the meaning of
And then
it?
the helicopters at the end, like.
And then my friend was like, "Do you think the like that's supposed to signify Mexico and the U.S., and I was like, how so? He said, well, the film's called Us, but it also could be like U.S., United States. And like the people were chained up like a wall almost. He said, do you think that's to signify Mexico? And I said, no, I don't think so, because that would be a really bad creative directorial decision.
Yeah.
Because those people were killing American citizens in the film.
Right.
So that almost like double downs on
demonizing Mexican people.
That almost doubles downs on what Trump said, how he believes that, or what he said, that Mexican are raping and murderers or whatever he said. So it's like, I don't think he's saying that, because in the movie they were killing people.
Yeah, so it wouldn't make sense in that
They were severing the connections, the tether.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know what it was. But as much as we just ripped the movie apart, I loved it and I had a lot of fun with it. Like, I didn't take it too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's one of the greatest films ever, but like, for a movie that you should like go see, I really think it was good.
He does a really good job of his camera shots.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the filmography was great.
The filmography is really good.
I loved Tim Heidecker's in this movie, which is awesome. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a scene where he's gonna help the girl up. No, his tether's gonna help the girl up, and like
Right.
he like goes like that
Yeah,
with his
I remember
hand.
that.
I love that scene, man. Just like the shot down, looking up at him, like
Right.
making him look like scary and big. Like all
Right.
that stuff was really cool.
Right.
And even like when he lights the flare in the boat and like they fight,
Right.
and it's just a shot of like the smoke coming out of the boat,
Right.
and you don't know who's winning. That
Right.
that stuff was really.
But
well
what
done.
about the scene when the tethered and bad Lupita, they're fighting each other down below, and at the same time it's showing them both doing ballet? That was irrelevant, because if they switched, why is the one who was above so bad at ballet and the one who never did ballet so good at ballet?
Hold up, man. You're talking about the scene where the real
Towards the end of
Lupita
the
is
movie.
trying to hit the tethered Lupita with the stick, but the tethered Lupita is moving super fast and dipping all of her moves, right?
Well, you gotta remember, that's the real Lupita.
That's what I mean, man. Well, first off, the tethered Lupita, which is the real Lupita,
Right.
goodness gracious, she
convoluted.
She was injured at the time, so she was having a hard time keeping up with the one in red. We'll just say that.
Okay, we'll say red.
Yeah, she was
So
having
the one who was red, she was injured when she was young.
Remember, she was like staggering. She got hurt.
When did she get hurt? Because I don't remember that.
It was like right before that whole scene where they fight in the hallway, because they fight for a little bit in the room, in the classroom,
Right.
and then the red Lupita leaves, and then it keeps flashing back and forth.
I think they also should did a better job with her voice.
It
And
was-
there's people
it
who
was-
are offended by it, but I get it,
What do you mean
because
offended?
people are saying, because there's like an actual syndrome.
Oh,
I don't know,
my
dude.
God.
She had to write a statement apologizing.
Of course.
I'm like, we had,
There's people that actually talk like that.
apparently, but it's like
They're
we
probably
had
heavy smokers or something.
we had Jim Carrey and whatever his name is play two mentally challenged
In Dumb
individuals.
and Dumber, yeah.
We had Johnny Knoxville do it. We had Leonardo DiCaprio do it. They're actors acting.
That's my thing. It's like, and you have Robert Downey Jr. playing a black guy. Like,
Right.
Did he have to apologize for that? I don't know.
Right. So it's like, I was just like, I didn't even bother reading. She did a phenomenal job.
Right.
Let's keep it at
And
that.
who says a character with that condition can't be a villain? Like, I can't have
Right.
I can't have a villain with Down syndrome. Like, I can.
She was. Now here's the thing: which version of her was better, the red one or the other one?
the other one.
You think the other one,
No, the red one.
the red one?
Yeah, because I
The
feel
red
like-
one was frightening.
Yeah, the way she moved, like people in the theater were like, like whoa, like just at her moving.
See, one of the most important parts of the whole movie is when they're talking in a classroom. I couldn't make out a single word she was saying.
You'd have to lean all the way forward because there's so much commentary.
There's so
I was
much
literally
commentary.
like this in my seat. But don't get me wrong, man.
And she's like, "Hey, we must sever the tethered."
I was waiting for those Kingdom Hearts subtitles to come up so I could see what.
Right,
was
dude.
going
And
on.
I'm like, and it was quiet in theater because everyone's. You look around, everyone's like,
That's
like
another
we're
thing I
trying to
didn't
hear
like.
what is she saying?
They drop all the backstory and mystique of the entire movie in that one scene. So like you really have to pay attention.
Right.
And I'm like,
And here's my other thing: why was she having such a hard time trying to kill Red?
because she got injured, bro.
She didn't. She wasn't injured. She was never injured.
You have to rewatch it, man.
Dude, she never got injured until Red was like playing with her and just like slicing until she stabbed her.
After they have that conversation in the classroom, they briefly fight in the classroom. She gets hit really hard, and then
She got
Red
stabbed in the
slips out
hand.
the door.
She
There you
got
go.
stabbed
And
in the
then Red
hand.
slips out the
But that's
door.
not enough to affect your swing.
I don't know, man. Maybe she's also up for 2 days. You're right. It's probably a plot hole. That's something that I didn't even think about during the movie. I was just like, wow, she's about to die. That's all. I was
Because
thinking.
that scene where they're fighting is going on a little too long. I'm like, They's going a little too
They
long.
had to put the music in there, man. That bam, bam,
And then they
bam.
showed them doing the ballet and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
similarities. I mean, not similarities, but the duality of them.
Yeah, the symbolism
The
behind
symbolism, which I didn't get. I didn't get that part. And like the rabbit thing, I was like, okay, they had to survive on rabbits, but all the rabbits, like, it was just like, I don't.
it. Well, I mean, rabbits really, really.
Okay,
populate.
the similarity of the rabbit, this just hit me. Rabbits were caged. They were killing the rabbits, eating the rabbits. The rabbits were free at the end. That's supposed to represent the tethered. The tethered were free.
I guess makes sense.
So now here's a big question I have for you. What do you think the ending meant?
Oh, when they're all holding hands.
No, not that part. When
There's
she's in the car
Oh,
and her
the
son.
the kid knows, but
He
there's
knows.
nothing he can do. That's
There's a bullshit theory online where like, oh, the kid's also tethered. It's like, no, he's not.
No, he's not.
Because if he was a tethered, she wouldn't be. When would it happen? Because they go to that place. Was it once a year?
Once, yeah.
Once a year. Or it's been once in a while that they go there to that one pier. That's the only location she knows of to get down there. She wouldn't have. There's no way that she could switch him out. And when her son went missing on the beach, then when she realized that she's the tethered, when you look back on it, it's like that's why she's freaking out, because she remembers how she and her self stumbled upon each other in there, and she knows where it's at.
What's the significance of the homeless guy, the white dude
Dude,
with the
I
long
don't
hair?
know.
Yeah,
Jeremiah 11:11.
yeah, that guy.
I don't know anything about anything in the Bible. I don't know what Jeremiah 11:11 meant.
That the verse is basically and I will bring a great evil upon them and unleash it into the world. That's pretty much it. It's pretty. It doesn't give a lot of answers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
Yeah.
it happened. I guess
Yeah.
it's supposed to foreshadow, but
Mhm.
what I thought it meant, like, you see the 1-1, 11:11. It's itself,
Mhm.
a clone of itself. So I was like, I guess that's supposed to be us and them.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a little. That's where it's like muddy, because like, what's that supposed to signify?
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of explaining, and I feel like the explaining will be like very deep. You know,
Right.
It's just like okay.
And
I didn't get that.
I was talking to Ben about this, and shout out to Ben, and I was like,
I wish he was here.
same.
called him.
And I was like,
Dang it. Sorry. Ben.
well, the kid saw his mom. Well, it is his mom, because she gave birth to him. His mom killed the two people, and she was animalistic like them. She was making the same noises when she killed the twin, and then when he saw her kill herself, and she was laughing. He was in the closet. He watched the whole thing.
Mhm.
So I don't understand the point of the mask, that he's hiding him. Like, that's what doesn't make sense.
What was the point of the mask?
Right, like,
I think the way I saw it is because he had to put on a brave face because he was the youngest, and so like the mask made him feel secure.
he had the most kills, though.
What?
He had the most kills.
I think so, but he was just afraid, and
Yeah.
so he used the mask to be more secure. And
But
then
what would
and
he
it
be
makes
afraid
sense
of
that
his mom? If his
tether
mom's a tethered, it doesn't matter, because she gave birth to him. The other woman was never his mom.
so that would make them half tethers.
But it doesn't matter, because the mom switched at such a young age and became a normal citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 100% her son. That's what I'm saying. So him feeling that way towards his mom, that shouldn't be a thing. Because regardless if she was a tethered, he was never into the world.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's murky waters, but the way I saw that scene is that he got a glimpse of what his mom really is. He figured it out in his head,
Right.
but he decided not to say anything, which I think is kind
But
of a
even
cool
if he
ending.
did, oh, mom's one of them.
Or at least he has like an inkling. Like, remember the ending of Donnie Darko, where everybody's like kind of waving at each other sheepishly because they kind of remember each other from the alternate universe, but they
Right.
kind of don't.
Right.
And like at the end, the audience is like, do they remember each other? Do they not? Like, I
Right.
feel like that's what this ending was supposed to be.
And then the realities collided when the plane crashed.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that movie.
That still caught me off guard when you saw just the turbine fall through his room. I was like, what the
People
hell?
crap on that movie all the time, but I really
that's a cult
I
classic.
like that movie, man. So yeah, and in conclusion, Us was cool. I like it better than
Is
Get
it-
Out. And that's that, man.
It's harder for me, obviously, because Get Out, I can relate more to Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I really enjoyed Get Out.
Yeah.
Girlfriend's White.
Mm-hmm.
I have not that exact experience with her. I never had those experiences with her family,
You've had
but
similar
in
experiences.
society, you go places and they'll be like, "Oh, can I touch
People
your
are like,
hair?"
Hey Sheldon, what's up,
Right.
dude? It's lit.
Hey man, if we could, I'd vote for Obama again. But like,
Really?
I've never had
He's
that.
placating.
But like, you know, it's
to
just
blackness.
like, because like they say, like, what's worse than overt racism is like the subtle racism or racism that's hidden.
Right.
And that's what like it was in the movie. It was hidden racism.
There's little like assumptions and stuff.
Like they viewed like black people in the movie as like trophies, and they wanted to steal their bodies and stuff like that. They didn't think of it as like, I don't know. I thought that was a genius idea. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Because you know how there's that saying that like, you know, white people like steal everything from everyone.
Interesting.
Like rap music, or they have like, what's it called, Blue Eye Soul, like stuff like that. So I was playing on like those tropes, and I was like, thought provoking, interesting, good movie. Whereas this one, like Jordan Peele even came out before the movie was released. He was like, oh, this is just a horror movie. It's like, you can look into it, but there's not that much to look into.
That's what he said.
He said something on the lines of that. I don't know. I didn't really look into it that much.
Okay. Yeah, I saw Get Out, and then it was all right. But then again, maybe it's because I don't relate to it that much, but
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. But yeah, I feel like people should go see this movie.
Yeah, I give it an 8. Even though
That's pretty generous
even though
of
it
you.
sounds like I'm shitting
Yeah,
on
that's
it.
pretty generous of you.
No, because it's
and-
original.
An 8 is what I give it as well.
It's an original
7.58,
movie.
Yeah.
It's a fresh idea. There's a couple tropes, you know, that they have to do to keep it to the horror
Yeah.
genre. You know when the jumps are coming.
Oh yeah.
But it was an original idea, and Lupita literally stole the movie.
100%.
Both versions of her on the screen.
100%. And then I was on her Instagram and I was like looking at her makeup and stuff. I'm like, dude, what the heck?
Yeah, man.
Great actress.
And I don't know. I don't know how old she is. I think she's in her late 20s. But like the fact that
Really?
I think I don't know.
What?
I don't know if she's 30. And if she's 30, I don't think it's more than 32. But like
Wow.
again, I don't know much of her work besides this and Black Panther.
Yeah.
And
Was she the warrior that had like was kind of
She
like
was-
short hair?
she was T'Challa's queen in the movie, his love interest.
Oh yeah.
She was the
It's been
love
a bit
interest.
Since I've seen that.
Yeah, so there was that, and she looks stunning in that movie.
Yeah.
So,
Now that I think about it.
and I think she's gonna play Trevor Noah's mother in his movie version of his book.
Huh.
So I think his mother. I think so. But yeah, man, she's a star. She's a really good actress.
That's super cool.
Yeah, she's really cool. So
I still have to see Battle Angel Alita.
Alita Battle Angel.
There you go.
Yeah,
I gotta watch the anime first.
I recommend it.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Everyone's saying it's awesome.
It's it's old though. It's like late 80s, maybe early 90s. So you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, it looks like a more mature version of Astro Boy. And speaking of, I think it was the same, like action directors from The Matrix. The Matrix just turned 20 years old.
The original?
I think 2 days ago. Yeah, and so they just released it on 4K Blu-ray, which I'm so
I don't
mad.
understand how they do that.
Hold on. I have a 4K PlayStation 4, and
Right.
it doesn't have a 4K Blu-ray
Nope.
player.
That's why I bought the Xbox.
Who has a 4K Blu-ray player? The Xbox?
Xbox S.
What? Really?
Mhm. Isn't that stupid? So the PlayStation, you can play the games in 4K, but you can't watch movies in 4K. You can also stream in 4K, so you can play games, stream in 4K, but you can't play back DVDs in 4K.
Was that just because Xbox got the rights to it, so they could be like?
No, I just don't know why they
I
didn't
think
do
it was
it.
an oversight.
So then Xbox S, you can play back DVDs in 4K and stream in 4K, but you can't play certain games in 4K. That's why you have to get the Xbox One X to play, watch, stream, whatever. Stupid. It's all dumb.
yeah,
Because a 4K player is like $1,000. Unnecessary. We're not paying for that anymore. Remember when DVD players first came out?
yeah,
Blu-ray ones, and they were like $800. And,
ridiculous. Yeah,
and now they're like $100 maybe.
yeah. Well, I was happy that they bundled it with the PlayStation, but yeah, now
It
it's
made
just
sense.
it's so cheap.
That's why the PlayStation 3 was so expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
$600, $800.
Yeah, dude. I think the one that we got was like $700.
I think the one
it
I-
was the fat PlayStation.
Oh, you had
too.
the OG.
and it was backwards compatible. You could play PlayStation
I
1
remember
on
that.
there. I
I
used
didn't-
to play PlayStation 1
Did
and
I
PlayStation
have that
2.
one? I don't know if I had, because that had the sensor bar on it.
Oh, dude.
You hit it, and it was like, doot,
This thing broke in like 2 seconds, but for the 2 seconds that it was playable, it was awesome.
PlayStation 3 was ahead of its time.
Oh, dude.
For functionality, but Xbox 360 was ahead of its time for online.
I feel like Xbox 360 became like the default for everyone. Like that was
cheaper.
That was Xbox's heyday.
It was
That's
cheaper,
when
and
all
it
the
came
Xbox
out a
heads came
year
out.
before.
Yeah, Xbox. Was
PlayStation learned from that mistake. It's like you got a year head start. No.
Yep.
What happened with the PS4? Do we even have to talk about
The
it?
PS4 just blew everything up.
Dude, I think it's still selling, and it's been out for 6 years, and it's for the third best selling console ever.
Switch has to be number one right now.
Switch? Nah, not even close.
PS2 is the greatest of all time. That
Wii.
Yeah.
Wii is number one.
Really?
PS2, I think, is second.
All right, I don't want to prove you wrong, but I heard.
Yeah. Look up best selling console of all time. Game Boy. Oh, Nintendo DS is number one, I think. It's either PS2, Nintendo DS, or Wii as number one. One of them has 129 million consoles sold.
I'm not getting the list of best-selling game consoles. Hold on. Ready for this?
Let me hear
I
it.
have the list right now.
All right, let me see if I can guess it.
The number one, I'm right on the number one. The number one is PlayStation 2.
129 million?
155 million.
155 million.
Insane.
Number two,
Year 2000.
Nintendo Wii.
Nintendo DS.
DS, 129.
154.2 million units. Number three,
The Wii.
Game Boy Color.
Ooh.
Game Boy Color at 118 million units.
Wow.
Then number four is the original PlayStation at 102.4 million. And then
Where did I get the Wii
at
from?
number 5 is the Nintendo Wii, 101.63 million. I think the Wii was the most selling during its time.
I think it was also one of the fastest to hit 100 million.
PlayStation 4 is the sixth top selling of all time with 94.2 million. And
94
then,
in 6 years.
And then an Xbox 360 is $84 million.
And know what's funny? They
I mean,
never
million
released
units.
Xbox One because it was rumored that when PlayStation hit 60, Walmart released Xboxes. It was rumored to say it was 23.
Really?
23
That's insane.
units sold, whereas PlayStation was a whopping 60.
That's so sad. Yeah, it says Xbox One right here, 2013, 39.1 million. Dang. Let's see what the least selling of all time is.
Least selling of all time is probably the PS Vita.
Oh, the Atari 5200, 1982 was 1 million.
Wow.
But then again, that's when video games were super, super new.
Right, there wasn't anything on them. It was
Yeah,
it was like 16-bit games, 8-bit
That's crazy,
games.
man. Speaking of which, man, I've been playing Sekiro. Wow, and you
You gotta
to
tell
get
me
it.
about this, man.
You need to get it, man. It's like it's obviously like Dark Souls, but you're a little more
It's scary?
mobile. It's not scary.
It's tense.
It's very Japanese. Super Japanese. So like you don't even fight a lot of monsters. It's like samurais and ninjas and assassins.
I hear that you have 3 styles of fighting: one to counter throws, one to you're dodging, and one for attacking or something.
You
like that.
acquire all that. So you can get different accessories for your arm. Like Wolf is the main character. He's kind of like Mega Man. So like you find different stuff, and then you go to this old man who like adds it to your arm. So the first thing you get is the grapple, but then you get shuriken, a shinobi shuriken throwing star,
Right.
and then you can get an ability that has you phase through enemies. Like you turn into like a raven, and then you can get one that makes your arm into a flamethrower. So you can use all of that to like kind of put different.
And I
styles of
hear when
fighting
you
on.
die, it lets you come back to life, but if you do, it affects your village or something like that.
Yeah. So what happens is
It's like a plague.
when you die, you die. But then you have this thing called the Lord's Tears, and like the whole premise of Sekiro, and this isn't even a spoiler, you find it out in the first 5 minutes of the game. This guy is a shinobi, and his job is to take care of this lord, like an emperor. But the twist is the lord is like an 11-year-old boy. So it's just like this kid is super powerful and very coveted, but he can't fight anybody. So like this shinobi that serves him, Wolf, is like his only line of defense. So where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so the Lord's Tears, like the tears of your master, like thinking about them, I guess, brings you back to life because it's called like the Lord's Tears. So you can use it when you die, and your character will jump right back up with half health. So it makes the game a little bit easier. But the more you die in the game, the more this disease called dragon rot affects all the characters that you met. And it's like, who cares? But like,
It doesn't matter.
you feel really, really bad.
Really?
Yeah, I feel bad.
There's
man.
an emotional factor tied into it.
Well, here's the thing. Again, I don't want to talk too much
Is there
about
story to it?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool story too. So
Did you beat it?
no, dude. I did not beat it, man. And I've just been dying left and right.
What's the difficulty scale? How 1 out of 10?
We're talking like it can get to be about like 8, 9.
Have you ever played Bloodborne?
Yeah, I played Bloodborne and Dark Souls.
Bloodborne was tough.
Yeah, I've never beat them, but yeah, they're very, very hard.
And I hear
games.
it's faster than Bloodborne.
Yeah, but see, you're at odds because you have the grapple hook. So it's not like the other games you kind of had to like run, jump, dodge. You have the same thing here, and you actually have a jump button in this game, but you can grapple away from enemies. Like there's even times where you can grapple enemies like with your arm. So it's like there's little shortcuts, but the game shows you no mercy, man. So it's like it's very, very hard, and there's a cool there's a cool mix of enemies too, like obviously the big snake that everyone sees in the trailer. But
yeah, I see it. They call it the one-armed wolf versus the one-eyed snake.
Yeah.
I keep seeing that on Twitter. I'm like, dude, that's such a cool boss fight.
Well, that's
name.
what Sekiro means. So Seki in Japanese means one-armed or one arm, and then ro is the word for wolf. So it's one-armed wolf is the name of the game, and it's just It's very difficult, but it's super rewarding. Like you feel great when you beat bosses and stuff.
Right.
But again, it has a really interesting enemy mix. So most of the people are humans. It's not like demons and monsters like it is in Bloodborne and Demon Souls. All the mythical creatures that you meet are like straight out of Japanese lore. So you'll see like some of those white monkeys with like swords. Oh, dude, it's just
sick.
It has an amazing soundtrack. So for anybody who's a fan of like feudal Japan or ninja movies or samurai kind of culture and aesthetic, I recommend the game just off that alone because you really have like free range and you can go wherever you want. It
Open
just gets
world?
really pretty much.
That has some linear to it.
Yeah, there's like very Sly Cooper-y things that you got to do, like kind of slide around corners and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, it's super cool. The hardest part about the game is finding time to play it because like you have to sit down and really just like log some hours in there. And it's weird, Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC got announced, so I'm sure
it's definitely announced.
Yeah, it's been confirmed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read because that's
read
kind
that
of big news for us. But it's I'm gonna have to play that game again in Critical. Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC.
Yeah, bro.
confirmed.
Was that the easiest?
Yeah.
Proud mode you ever played in Kingdom Hearts?
I mean, I see why fans got angry because it was like.
Bro, do you remember how hard Kingdom Hearts the first one was on Proud? You remember how broken that game was?
But also, like,
when you had to go to Tarzan and fight the guy on the chameleon.
Yeah, this is from IGN. Oh, dude, beating that in Critical. Once you beat that, everything else is easy. But doing it in the beginning of the game is super hard. Tetsuya Nomura has confirmed that both free and paid DLC is in the works for Kingdom Hearts 3. In an interview with Dengeki, Nomura revealed that the free DLC would likely come to the game as incremental updates as they are completed, and paid DLC would be larger and possibly grouped together to be released before the end of 2019. One such free update may include a critical mode level difficulty. Paid DLC would likely expand the story, potentially filling in details on characters that perhaps weren't fully explored in the main
So that
game.
means that they're just going to include the Final Fantasy characters. That's what I got from there.
That's what you think?
That's what I think.
I'm thinking another world.
I can't see that because if they do that, that's just going to feel cheap because there was no point in the story where we didn't see Sora or didn't see anyone else travel somewhere else. We knew where Mickey and Riku were at all points in the story. The only thing we didn't know, we knew where...
This is how I see it.
What the hell's the dude with the red hairs? I can't remember his name right
Axel.
now. Axel and...
Or Lee.
What the hell's the girl's name? I can't remember her. Kairi. Axel and Kairi. We knew that they were training in that area where time doesn't happen.
Think about it like this. Think about if you start critical mode,
okay,
it's basically like starting Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix and has all that stuff added in. So it's kind of like a new story. That'd be crazy.
See,
that would give people the incentive to play it in critical mode.
People would be... Okay, now here's the thing. If they do DLC, they can't touch anything that has to do with those epilogues. We can't see anything.
That's true.
Because you know why? Because if they show that, then people are like, well, what the hell is the point of teasing the unicorns and then teasing that if they do Riku and Yuzora, I can see that. If he's trying to find Sora, okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But if we're playing as Sora in Shibuya, where he's in The World Ends With You, I don't even want to touch that.
Yeah.
That's too important.
Yeah,
that's too important.
Wait, yeah.
What I do want to know is they need to confirm because they left it ambiguous. And me and you, we know that Sora is obviously trying to fight for his life back because he failed coming back trying to get Kairi.
Yeah.
We need to hear it. we need to hear them say it.
Yeah.
That needs to be
so
said.
you want more of like a concrete ending?
We know it,
Yeah.
but it needs to be said because that is a major factor. You know what I think's in the box? Check this out. The game revolves around time travel. Sora's in the box. I'm telling you, Sora is in that box.
Just him?
I swear to God, he's sleeping.
As an infant?
He's sleeping.
Interesting.
They took him from like the future or something, and they're just waiting. I have a feeling they're gonna use it.
Let me read this for you real quick because that's a very interesting theory. But
Right.
For example, when asked about the character Shion's revival, Nomura said it could be described in a future DLC.
But we know how she was revived. They told us. They Evan and what's it called? They created all the they're all replicas. Like
yeah.
We know that.
She used that vessel to come back.
Yeah.
Like the empty puppet.
The empty puppet.
Yeah, you're right. That doesn't make any sense. This is from IGN, so I don't know IGN. Did you play the game? I mean, that's very hypocritical for me
listen,
to say.
I will say this.
Confused.
Kingdom Hearts 3 deserves all the praise and all the reviews because it's been a long time. I love seeing the 9s, the 10s, the 8s.
I liked it too, man.
But at the same time,
it's not the best.
Keep it a
Kingdom Hearts.
buck. Keep it a buck.
Yeah, it's not.
Is it better than 2?
Hearts.
No.
No, Kingdom Hearts 2 is so good.
Classic.
But that game is like long, and there's a lot in it. Like that's what I like about that game. But you know what it is?
There's a lot of worlds in 2.
And yeah, a lot of it's cutscenes, and it is a lot of worlds. But what I like is like it's worlds within worlds. Like you go to the Disney Castle, and then you end up in like the Monochrome Kingdom, and it's just like you never know what's gonna happen.
Going to
next.
Tron is the coolest world.
Oh, dude, I love Tron. How stylized it was, and like again, that's a world within a world. Like that world was in Hollow Bastion, so it was cool because in this game you're like, all right, I'm going to Frozen, I'm going to Tangled. Like it's all very straightforward.
And why was the cutscene so janky?
What do you mean?
Like, well, see, Sora, you got to do this. Yeah. Let's go. And I'm just like those pauses. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh man.
Remember when I told you I almost want to play in with the Japanese voices because I feel like
it would be more natural.
It'll be more natural because it would flow better.
Yeah.
Because dude, there was so much dead space in between certain dialogues and characters just staring off into space.
Yeah, it would get kind of awkward. I still.
But 2 never had that problem.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I feel like there was a lot more voice acting going on in 2. Like there's a lot more characters in general.
Would have more cutscenes 2 or 3.
The story was just denser. Like that might be it might be my favorite Kingdom Hearts, honestly.
2?
But yeah, it was so good.
It's a complete game.
Yeah, it was so good, and just the memories I have associated with it. That's another thing that like was kind of painful as I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3 because I've been waiting for this game forever.
Right.
It was just like a lot of my joy for what this is based off of like being young. And like as I was playing it when I'm older, I was just like,
there was a lot of cringe.
Yeah, there's a lot of it just went stale for me, bro. But like when I was playing 2, I could swear that was like the best time of my young
Let your
life.
heart be your guiding key.
Yeah, which is cool, man. I dig it, but it's also at the same time like.
But at the same time, that's why they showed Sora and Shibuya like that. I think the next game they're going for
all Final Fantasies.
They're going for adult. They're going for an older audience. They know that we've been waiting for this game because you got to remember the game wasn't in development until 2015.
Yeah, but dude, you know I'm gonna be 30 when that game comes out.
The next one?
I promise you.
I think the next one will be 2021.
I'm gonna be 35 when Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out. Oh, and that also just got released for Switch recently.
I know, it's like $12 or something like that. Are you gonna get it?
Dude, this will be like the 3rd time I'm buying Final Fantasy VII.
However, it would all be on one disc.
I haven't even beat Breath of the Wild yet, and I haven't beat Sekiro yet, so I haven't beat Ni no Kuni 2, and I haven't beat The Guardian.
Ni no Kuni 2 is phenomenal. You're not a fan?
No, man. I feel like the first one was amazing, and then this one, it's like there's not enough voice acting, so I have to read everything like I was playing it on the Game Boy, and my TV's kind of far away, so I guess that's my fault. But like, I'd really prefer if everything was voice acted. It looks beautiful.
And you see where my TV's at. I'm locked right in front.
I got you, man. But again, like the kingdom building, that's nice. Don't really care. The army fighting, that's nice. Also, really don't care. Like,
there's nothing wrong with creating a catalog, though.
The first game had it so good, though. Like even the fighting, like I feel like the enemies are way too easy in this game. Like I'm toppling everybody. Did you beat it?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say, bro,
But
you have a lot on your plate. You have Octopath
do.
Traveler, Xenoblade
Yeah.
Chronicles, and Ni no Kuni 2. I didn't even know you had that.
And no, I've had that for a while. I just haven't played it that much. And I have Devil May Cry 5.
But that game, you're gonna fly right through.
I haven't had to because of Smash League. I put it on the back burner, but now I'm at a point where it's like the Smash League kind of got ruined for me.
Why?
Well, I'm not gonna say names, but it was when I had to kick that one guy out because he was just not answering anyone. I'm like, that's annoying. I was like, at least try and make an effort because you said you wanted to play.
It kind of ruined the integrity of the competition.
Right. And then people like, so you go above and beyond out of your way to get your game in.
I like this, man. I'm having fun, and not just because I'm doing well. It's because like I've never been in a league where I actually like enjoy the game I'm playing. Like this is so much fun for me.
And like I was never a massive Smash fan. I like Smash. I take it as a party game.
Yeah.
Take fun. So what we're doing is very competitive.
Oh yeah.
Right? So some people just don't show up. They don't talk. Like I was getting tired of hunting people down and be like, yo, like,
because not your job. Yeah.
I was like, and then someone would randomly text me. It's like the day after Sunday, be like, oh, who was I supposed to play yesterday? And it's like, bro, come on.
That was me in the beginning, but now I'm a little better.
No, but you didn't have Discord. You're like, what's Discord? And I was like,
yeah, I didn't.
So like, and that's why I tried telling them. I said, guys, like, can we keep this not on Discord? But it is what it is, and Discord is like easy once you understand how it works.
I think next time, man, we should there should be a prize so people have incentive.
Well, I was gonna see, but that's the thing because some people don't take it serious, so they didn't want to put money towards it. But I'm still trying to find a good like championship trophy for it.
It's like $30 a person next time.
Yeah, but it's gonna be less people. And here's the problem. It's not even a problem, but Josh and Julio, they both work from home, so they have a lot of time with the game.
Nice.
So if we're playing for money, best believe they're going to be putting those hours in. So when you have that free time, you can't be playing Ni no Kuni, you can't be playing Kingdom Hearts. You got to get on your craft.
Hey, man, how bad do you want it?
How bad do you want it?
Listen.
But, yeah, so that was like killing it for me, that I was hunting people down. And then, dude, I got smashed out. Like just grinding on that game because Smash doesn't change. It's like platform, flat platform.
Yeah.
Side this way, side that way.
I get sick of Smash sometimes, man.
That's what I'm saying. I got sick of it, dude. I was hating the game, and I don't want to hate the game. But when you came over this past weekend, and a bunch of us were playing with randoms, I was having a blast.
That was so much fun. When we were all around the TV, like
all around
TV,
TV,
because I feel like that's how Smash was designed to play.
Exactly.
Like, when people win, you're like, oh. When people lose, you're like, ah. Like you're freaking out.
You got beat by your main.
It's just anything, man. You know, just reactions.
But like. Oh, dude, it just, like, sucked the fun out of it.
Yeah.
And then, but I think the fun got sucked out of it for me was when I was, like, hunting people down. Like, it's like, yo, get this. And I'm just like, oh, my God. Is the standings updated? No, I'm not updating them until people play their games.
Right.
And it's like, then, is standings updated? No, because people haven't played their games. Like, so I was just like, dude, like, that's why people say you never want to be a commissioner.
I'm not going to name names either, but I know some people that have jumped in the Smash League. By the way, we're doing like a 10-week Smash League where every Sunday like a bunch of us play the game. I have some people, somebody that told me, they're like, I wish I never joined this league, and I'm like, why? And they're just like, I just don't have time to play, but this person's not doing too well. Again, not naming names, but you know what I'm saying, man? It's just like, you asked for it, bro. Be an adult.
And that's I'm pretty sure that's the same person we're talking about.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it after this podcast.
But that is one. That's like one of them. And it's like, dude, it's like, come on.
Yeah. Like, what do I got to do to get you to play?
Because here's my thing. It's like, and this goes for anything in life.
Yeah.
If you say you're going to do something, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like I said from the jump from everyone, I said, it's 15 games.
Yeah.
15 weeks.
15 weeks, which is a super long time.
Super long time.
Yeah.
But it's better than doing a tournament every weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what it was supposed to be at first.
Yeah.
No one's going to do a tournament every weekend because that means you have to play on one console. You can't do a tournament over
Everyone has
online.
to meet up every Sunday for 15
Meet up every
weeks.
Sunday. So what's easier to do? You create a league.
Yeah.
And then
there's rough times, and then you just play at those times.
And you just play at those times. Like, that is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, man.
But, like, dude, it's a Sunday. The game takes 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Here's what it is. I feel like people...
I got my games in the other day, last Sunday at 8:30 a.m.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I had a busy day.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, can you guys hop on? I played both my matches, 9 o'clock, and then I started my day.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So
I don't know. I think it's natural for once you realize that the potential is lower, you don't want to play anymore. Like that's the thing. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna win. I now devalue my participation in this, and it's just like you shouldn't base your initial commitment to the tournament off of the chance if you're gonna win or lose. Your initiative should always be, I'm doing this to have fun.
Right.
But I feel like people get like too involved, man. Like I heard like somebody like rage quit it or something like that, bro.
Yeah, in the middle of a match, they just quit.
It's
like,
it's not that serious, man.
Just finish it out.
It's not, and no shade to them.
And so what I think might bring the fun back if we happen to do a season 2, 2v2s.
2v2s would be cool.
And maybe we could do a draft or pair off everyone random that way. So
things would move a little bit quicker.
And also, if we do it randomly, let's say you get paired up with Devin.
Mm-hmm.
You got, Devin, since he's not doing well in the current league, paired up with you, he could do well.
Mm-hmm.
He could have more fun.
Yeah.
Also, there's more bragging rights. You can get hype with the 2v2.
Yeah.
Like it's more fun than just the 1v1, which stress.
Yeah, dude.
People be stressing.
So stressful, man.
Stressful.
So stressful.
Because then you're thinking, like, why did I do that?
Right.
I had the game in the bag.
Right.
And Smash is that game that can just switch just like that.
Turns on a dime.
You
make
like
the
when
smallest
me and
mistake.
you played. For people that know, Andrew and I played a couple weeks ago. First game, I had a horrible game. Cooked me. Second game, I beat this man in maybe a minute and a half.
This is what I thought as soon as you beat me. So it was Captain Falcon versus Roy, and I was thinking to myself when you beat me the second time, I was like, dang it, dog, he figured out my game.
Yeah.
And so that's when I was like, should I change characters on this dude?
And I was hoping for it.
Yeah, I know you
and
were
I
hoping
wanted
for
it.
I know you were hoping
I
for
wanted
it. I know
it.
you wanted it. That's why I stuck with Falcon. And I remember Josh was like, are you going to change? And I was like, I even said it out loud. I was like, I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to be Captain Falcon, man.
Yeah. And what happened was, I don't know why I wasn't paying attention, but Andrew got the most favorable map for Captain Falcon.
Oh, a Final Destination?
Final Destination.
Yeah, because there's...
Flat. You can't jump and get out of the way.
I feel like if I brought Greninja there, I would have got him.
And so the first map, Andrew beat me bad. Like, I was just playing, so I was doing uncharacteristic stuff. Second map, I was like, all right, I got to go back to like how I play.
Yeah.
I beat this man in with a minute and a half.
No, it
was fast.
That was scary.
It was fast.
I was like, oh man.
Because I remember Josh was like, whoo, that second map was quick.
I was scared. Yeah.
So then the third map, like I said, it was favorable to Captain Falcon, and I'm Roy, and I have to get close, and Falcon is too strong for that. He was about to 3-0 me, and then.
I don't even know what happened. I landed like a side A, but I wasn't about to 3-0 you, man, because what happened was when I was in Final Destination, I got a stock first. You got a stock. So I said...
No, I didn't. I SD'd. So you were up 3-1.
I'm talking about the third match, bro.
Yeah, third match. You were up 3-1, and you were high. You're at 80. As soon as on my last stock, as soon as I came down, I tilted you, got one. Second one, you're getting me up. I'm at 50%. I'm like, okay, I need to evade more. You kept doing the Falcon kick. You got by me, grapple you, hit, smash you down, forward you, juggle you a little bit, smash you aside. That was stock 2. Now I'm at like 80%, and you were coming in hot.
But then you started flaming, bro. You started going, gah, gah, gah.
Yeah, and I swear to God, people, he didn't touch me on that last time. It was like 80% to 0. He had 0, I had 80. So all he had to do was get one hit to put me on an uncomfortable position. He couldn't touch me. It was 80 to like 85. I'm on Drew's neck. I'm like, I'm about to turn this around. Next thing I know, ding! And I'm like, what happened? And I go, doof! I'm like, what the hell happened?
Man. I got you with that side A, but I didn't even know how I did it, bro. I was just playing off instinct.
It just happened.
That's probably some of the deepest I've ever been Smash. Like, like when you're playing Smash and you don't hear anything, like you're just like in the game. That's that's what it required for me to beat you.
Yeah, because weeks prior to that, when I was playing Smash every single day, I hopped in Drew's lobby. It was him, Dave, and Gus, and I put on a clinic. Like, it was with Link. It was bad. And then after that, I don't know, I just stopped playing. That's when it stopped becoming fun.
Dude, how painful is it now in Smash Ultimate to lose? Like, when the screen turns red, like your stomach just turns. You're like,
No, drives me crazy
makes
about
it
it.
even worse.
You'll get that, and then somehow they can recover. I'm like, how?
But dude, that when it happens to you though, when you get hit and the screen turns red and you still recover, it's like the best feeling.
Because you can turn it around.
Yeah, and every time without fail, the person you play goes, "What? Like you should be dead."
Every time rattles them.
And it just feels so good, man.
Yeah,
You
it
feel
feels good.
Like Ultra Instinct Goku, like dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun. Like you
Yeah,
just come back
instant.
in. You just come back in full force, just start mopping.
Oh my god!
Or you
man.
die instantly, man.
But yeah, so Drew and I had maybe one of the best matches
It was intense
in the
man.
league.
Another thing I realized is I like to play competitive Smash where two people aren't in the same room. I don't like being worried
I don't
about
like
the
it
other
online,
person.
man. I need that energy.
I don't like seeing anybody.
And
else
I was gonna play. I was gonna come down to play you, but like I was like, nah, I need to lock in for this. I wanted to be secluded and lock in.
I got distracted playing Jesse, man. I don't know what it was. I wasn't intimidated, but like he was there and like we had a chance to talk to each other and he was like, "Good game, man." And he pounded me and
Yeah.
like I hate when people because that
Hate
feels like
that.
I just got little broed.
Yeah.
So I'd like prefer him to be like somewhere else.
Right,
when I'm
right,
playing. I try and like because I don't practice a lot when I play, but like what I
Right.
do is I find out who the spoiler alert. I find out who the main is that I'm of the guy I'm playing from you.
Right.
And then I put like two of them. So say the main was Pikachu.
Right.
I would be King K. Rool on my Smash and set the CPU to 2 Pikachus versus me at like 7 or 8 difficulty and see if I could beat both of them. Then I would beat 1 at 9. Then I'd go back to beating 2. And then
Right.
that's it. That's
Right.
like all the practicing I would do. Like if I can take 2 at the same time at like pretty high difficulty, then I could probably take
So
1.
what I do to practice, it's literally because I started hating the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't touch it at all in the week. Game day, if I wake up early and soccer's not on or my team's not playing, that whole morning until my game, I'll play. And it hasn't shown in a while because I haven't had time. I've been busy. You know, we've been doing a lot of stuff, so I haven't had
Life,
time.
man. Listen.
Life happens.
So as we talk about Smash, like, you know, believe it or not, we have these things called lives, man.
Right. and it happens, man. But
Yeah.
it'll get turned around eventually.
It's cool, man.
I got a hard string of opponents come up, so
I do too, man. Like the people are like, "Oh, like you're winning." I'm like, the reason I'm winning is because I haven't played any of like the tops yet. The only top
Right.
I played was Josh, and he just destroyed me. And
but at the same time, that was week 1 when you weren't playing the game that heavy.
that's true, man. But you know,
But now it's about to get sweaty.
right. I just got beat by Jesse. No offense to him, but like if I get beat by him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I definitely
But
got.
I got beat by him too, because you know why? That Greninja is annoying.
Greninja's sneaky, bro. I don't see. Here's the thing.
Does he have the best recovery in the game?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe next to Lucario. But like when I was playing as practice, the computer was never doing that shadow thing. So when it started showing up like in the match,
It's quick.
I was like, how does this work? I thought that when I stepped on the shadow, I got attacked, but really it's whenever he lets go of the button.
Yep.
So then I started figuring out late, like, okay, I can trick him. But I thought almost for a little bit that it was unavoidable. I saw the shadow moving on the ground, I just didn't know what the rule was.
Right.
So
And
I
about
got bro.
And the counter? The counter, if you hit him on the counter,
the
he can go in.
substitution jutsu?
It goes in any direction, up, down, left, or right.
Yeah, that counter is kind of crazy. That's why like King
So
K.
if you're
Rool's-
fighting on the edge, he can just come from the top and
just
spike you down.
into nothing. Yeah,
Or if you're high up,
yeah.
he can come from the bottom.
Also, Greninja's really fast. I feel like what I should have done, if I could go back in time, what I would have done is I would have been Sonic. And I know you disagree with that, but I actually did beat Jesse with Sonic before.
Yeah.
And I would have just like went straight to Final Destination so that he had nothing to perch on. But
Right.
I was too eager to play, and I was like, let's go to Battlefield, because the whole map selecting process, I know it's how it typically is in Smash tournaments, but it just makes me so sick. Like I just want to
It's
hop in.
stupid.
I just want to hop in and
That's
tear
that's
someone
why
out.
that's why I said
Tear
originally. I
someone
said,
out.
dude, put it on Battlefield and Omega, so that and just randomize the map.
Yeah,
Like this whole, I think the map pick is so dumb, and I get it
yeah,
because there's some people who are ranged that you want to play on that Castle Siege
yeah.
to disrupt that range attack. I get it, but man, the whole I'll ban Castle Siege and Final Destination.
Yeah,
I'll ban Battlefield. I'll ban
and it's like,
Lilac Cruise.
ban these two. No. You can only pick from these 3. Okay,
Right.
I
So
guess.
can we just? And when this last weekend, you guys were like, yo, just pick Battlefield and just duke it.
that's it, bro.
Just duke it.
I was ready to go, especially because I kept Jesse waiting for 5 days.
But you redeemed yourself after.
I did, man. I did. My thing is like, Smash is I think it's funny that Julio watches like this whole inspirational video to get him into Smash mode. But then again, he's one of the best, so whatever works for him. I feel like what it is like just tricking people, man. You gotta trick people. You gotta see what somebody's doing and then just trick them. Like spot dodging is the trickiest thing to do in Smash.
Because
like,
you can forward smash out of it.
Oh,
and they're just like.
You can jack someone's day up with a freaking spot dodge, man. And that's like something I barely even do. I barely even grab, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's a lot I have to learn. But I think I got my main, man. The only reason I'm Captain Falcon as a main is because I played him in Melee. So
yeah,
that's it, bro.
And I haven't played, the last one I played before this was 4, and that was with my roommates in college.
Yeah.
And that was like, playing it whenever, drinking, playing it. And the last one before that was the GameCube one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So this Smash for me was like the most I've played Smash in a short amount of time.
Same, dude. But I'm trying to get better. I see that there's a whole world of fun out there once you get really, really good.
Well, Josh and Julio went to LaSalle, and there was a 35-man tournament.
So did they lose? What happened?
Julio finished 7th out of 35.
Ooh.
Josh finished 14th, or something like that.
Dang, 7's not that bad.
But they both lost to the eventual winner, and they said he clapped them.
What was his main?
Anyone.
Oh, really?
He was playing as Kirby, though. They said he was doing some disrespectful stuff.
Kirby is one of the best.
And Julio was just SDing a lot. They're saying like he just couldn't recover.
That's crazy. Yeah, man.
And some dude was wearing Frieza's Adidas shoes.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I missed those shoes, man. I was supposed to get the Cell Pro Spheres, and I set an alarm for them and everything. I could never find them. That was like my one goal for 2018 was to get the Dragon Ball Adidas Cells and the Shenrons and the Omega Shenrons, but I could never find them. Sad, man. Sad world. We're at 9 o'clock, dude, so we should probably wrap this up because I got stuff to do. But thanks for coming on, man. This is a good placeholder for our next episode, which is Jay Kobu, and that's going to be this Sunday. So thank you for tuning in, hearing about us and movies and video games as usual.
Yeah, and we have Smash All-Star Weekend this weekend.
Oh, man.
We should maybe stream it.
It's going to be crazy. Well, what I want to do, man, is I want to have some of the replays that we've saved, maybe on Josh's Switch or my own Switch,
and make a collective thing.
Make a video out of it, and then use this recording setup to like break it down and talk about it and like edit it. And
we should do that. Hilarious. We should do that.
So we should do something like that. So yeah, maybe Andrewcast will have a lot more Smash content on it. But until then, we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Peace.